All right, this is Cameron Carl, and today I'll be talking about gun violence. Gun violence is a really growing problem in America today. According to Time magazine, the Americans are 25 times more likely to die from a homicide than any other wealthy country. Another example of gun violence is on October 1st, 2017, a man named Stephen Paddock opened fire on a concert in Las Vegas, killing 58 people and injuring over 400 more. This is just one of the many headlines that I've come across in these last couple of years, let alone the last decade. And I just really have three points that I feel like we could make to just reduce gun violence and just really bounce back and fight this cause. The first one is just all people should be required to have a license in order to own a gun. Second, pass laws that actually work in terms of gun violence, and then eliminate funding restrictions on gun violence research. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and get into my first point. Gun deaths have just really been on the rise ever since 2009, according to the CDC. The first thing that we should really do just to attack this issue is just really make people have to have a license so that they can have one or own one. And then if they don't have a license, then they should just not be able to be required. They should not be able to have one. Also, I just feel like all gun owners should have to take a education course, and that they should be medically cleared in order to own a gun as well. And so that every gun that they do buy should be tracked as well as just kept up with. And then my last point for my first point is there's only 7 states as of right now that require you to have a permit to possess a gun of any kind, which I feel that all states should. But like I said, every other state, they are free to have their own gun and do whatever they want with it, knowing whether or not they're trained or not. And then now I'm going into my second point. I feel that many politicians, they are making like really huge deals about just ARs and just other military grade weapons when those are only 5% of the homicides or any type of gun violence that we see in America today. And the other side of this is the concealed carry laws are looked at as good compared to the AR and military grade things, but actually compared to that 5%, there's a rise of 13 to 15% in that area for just homicide rates and gun violence in general. Now going into my third point, statistics show that by the mortality rate, gun violence should be receiving about $1.4 billion in gun research, but instead they're only receiving about $22 million, according to the American Medical Association. We know that far less gun violence is a cause of death than every other medical problem, according to the CDC. The government must do its job in order to just really tighten up on these things and really just allow the CDC and every other gun just association, so they just really need to tighten up on their things basically, because really just looking at it, there's many other causes of death coming from gun violence, and it's just really an underpaid situation, and I feel like it should be required to have the right required payment for these people to just really do research on what's causing these gun violence acts and just really allow us just to see what's causing this problem and just assess it. And then finally, in conclusion, the facts are real, and we know we have a problem with gun violence in America. And the thing I'm asking is that we just really tighten up on these things, and we really push our government to make these gun laws stricter, not take away our guns from America, but just like really choose who we let use them, basically, and that they should be trained and be background checked, because if not, then we could really just be helping these gun violence acts increase instead of decrease. But once again, I just want to just assess this problem and just hope that it's looked at in our government. Thank you.